Rest.
So after I'm done with you guys today, you should be able to use the statement rule to talk about your weekly routines, right? So let's start with the workbook. And we did numbers, right? I told you that talking about tens in German, we mentioned the second number first, and the first number will come. So 56 is going to be 650. And 248 is going to be 248. So you mentioned the 200 first, they come to 48. And the time we have 9,000, we come to 200, which is 500. And 34 is going to be 430. 3,452, we come to 3,452. And 4,560 is going to be 5,560. And 5,678 is going to be 5,678. And 6,789 is going to be 6,789. 7,890 is going to be 7,890. And 9,999 is going to be 9,999. So this one is the basic numbers that we did, right? So in case you are still struggling with it, you can kindly go back to the listening and hearing number 2. And we also did time, and I told you that when you want to say time in German, you are just going to start with X is, you add the time to it. So if it is 1 o'clock, it's going to be S is 1 Uhr. And if it is 3 o'clock, it's going to be X is 3 Uhr. And if it is when it is half, we come back 30 minutes. So half here is going to be 3:30, right? That means that it is 3:30. And Viertel is 15 minutes. So S is Viertel nach 2 is going to imply that it is 2:15. And S is Viertel vor 6 is it is 5:45. So we learn how to say time, but not how to ask for time. And asking for time, you have two options. We can use V split SS, and split simply implies that late. So you are saying that how late is it? That is going to translate to, that will translate to what time is it? Or the field where is S. So it will imply that what time is it? So in your A1 exam, sometimes they can show you clock, and all you have to do is to ask for time, right? So kindly put these two information down. This bit is S, that implies that what time is it? And if you where is S is going to imply, can also imply that what time is it? So there's everything that you must know about time, which is asking for time and saying the time. And I also told you guys that in German, the 12-hour clock and the 24-hour clock are both used. So for informal speech, the 12-hour clock is common, right, for informal context. And when you are writing Uhr in German, please make sure that Uhr is capital and is used after the hour number when telling time. Okay, so don't bring the ein or the dry or so on after, but always be sure that the number is in front of the ue. Guess you have any questions so far with what I've said? You can please ask before I progress. The last time I told you guys to tell me your date of birth, right? But we did not check the year. Today we are going to do year, and it's just like the numbers, right? If you know the logic, you can say every number in German. It's just about understanding the logic. And if you check English, we say maybe 1520, or we say 1995, or we say 1873, or 1643. German too is having the same structure. The only difference is that we are going to put 100 in the middle. So saying 1520, we say 1500. How will you say 15 in German? 15. So 1520. How will you say these three numbers one by one? $1,520. How will you say these numbers one by one?
Fünfzehn, und 20.
Where is the where is the und coming from?
Yeah. So, 15, 20.
Yes, so 1520. Yes. And that's going to be 1520. So English we say 1520, but German we say 1520. So we just put 100 in the middle. So 1995 is going to be 1995. How will you say that in German?
9. 9.
Please say it well, eh? If you want to say it, kindly voice out and say it well. The rest you can also contribute.
In dem that neun und fünf.
The 95 is wrong.
995.
95.
Yes.
95. So we are just mentioning the numbers. So let's check an example here. We have 1100 here. There is no 10 here. So it's just going to be 1100 and it's going to be 1100.
Okay.
1234. We are going to put 100 in the middle. So it's going to be 1234. So we are just mentioning these numbers one by one. 12 is 12, 100 is 100, 34 is 34. 1356 is going to be 1356. We put 100 in the middle. So it's going to be 1300. 56 is 650. 1365 is going to be 1365. So we put the 100 in the middle. And 1453 is going to be 1453. So we say 1400 53. 1554 is going to be 1544. We just put 100 in the middle. So 15 is 15, 100 is 100, and 44 is going to be 44. 1644 is going to be 1600. 16 is 1600. 44 is 44. 1744 is going to be 1700. 44 is 44. 1884 is 1800. 44. And 1944 is going to be 1944. So the logic is just simple. Put 100 in the middle and mention the numbers one by one. So let's take it like 1754. How will you say 1754 in German? The rest, please, are you online? Dorothy, Blessing.
Please.
I need you all
Please, I'm here. Please, I'm here.
17
I'm here.
und 4 und 50.
Yes. So 17, 17,
100
and that's here and 50.
und 50.
Okay. So let's take a like 1957. How is that in German?
19. 19.
1900.
Hmm?
57.
Yes, so 1957. Correct. So let's try last one. 1534. Fifteen 34.
1500.
Mhm.
400.
Yes, so 1500 here and right. In case you have any questions so far, you can please ask before I progress. Okay. Now let's check the 2000. 2002 is having the same structure, just that we changed the 100 to 1000. So 2000 is going to be 5000. 2010. Know that the end is a name of a number. And since 10 is just Zen, we are not bringing any end here. So we just say 2010, which is 5,000 Zen. 2025, we say 5,025 is 25. And 2030 is going to be 5,000 rises, which is going to be 2030. So how will you say 2015?
Se 5,015.
5,000 Funzen. Good. And today's, so I'll come there. And how will you say 2023?
Se 5,023.
2023. Correct. So now that you have this also, let's add further information to it. And trying to say your date of birth, we are going to use HBIN plus the date, and we add Geboren to it. So I told you that when you are talking about time, which preposition are you going to use? You want to specify a specific time, maybe at 7 o'clock, at 8 o'clock. Which preposition are you going to use? Okay. So goes plus time. Talking about intervals. Maybe from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Talking about intervals from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. What are you going to use? So talking of intervals, we are going to use fun and base, right? I work from this particular time. And trying to specify a specific date, right? A specific date or time, we are going to use maybe that you were born on this particular time, or you have meeting that you are certain, right? If you are very sure, we are going to use So trying to say your date of birth is going to be H being you bring the date plus the Geboren. So H being simply implies that I am, and simply implies that on the, which is the short form of the word and plus them. That one is a dative case, which we are going to learn as we progress. And the date is in ordinal numbers, and the geboren is going to be born. But forming past tense in German, when I just write here ich bin, it's going to imply that I am. But if I should add geboren to it, it's going to imply that I was born. So we have ways to form past tense in German, where we are going to use sein, the present form of sein, and we add ge to the main verb, which we are going to learn later, right? So maybe when you want to say that I drove, right? It's going to be ich bin. Fahren is to drive, that is ich fahre. But the past tense is going to be ich bin gefahren. That implies that I drove. So forming past tense in German, we add ge to the main verb. That's why this geboren here means that born, and it changes the whole phrase to mean that I was born, not I am born. And I told you that from 1 to 19, we add te to it. When you want to say, when you're talking about ordinal numbers. So trying to say first, second, third, and so on, we add te to it. And from 20 going, we are going to add xt to it. So if the date is 21st November 2025, how we say this date in German? Twenty-first November 2025.
Zwanzigste November.
Zwanzigste is 20th, 21st. Please, the rest, you guys should contribute. I don't want the situation where those doing online, you are going to keep quiet throughout the whole class. It will go against you. So please, don't expect somebody to talk. You all can contribute equally. Madam Georgette, everyone on the platform, don't just sit and just watch what's going on, right? If you know it, just unmute yourself and also contribute. 21st, first say 21st, you say November, you go to 2025. How will you say that?
21. November 2025.
All right. So, but from 21, we don't say eins, right? It's going to be ein. So,
Okay.
ein, so ein this November, it becomes to 2025, which is 2025. But this, when we have this in front of numbers, right, it's going to affect the endings, right? Even in English, when you check words like north, south, and so on. When it's just there like that, we say north-south. But if you add a position in front of it, then it changes to what? In the northern part or in the southern part, right? That means that additional ERN will come and join. Same with German. When we did the north and south, you realize that Nord Süd, Süd like this, which is south, is going to be Süden. And the Ost is going to be Osten. So we add additional EN to it. Which I can explain it further, but I don't want to dig too deep in it. So when you want to say normal number like maybe 10th, right, it's going to be Zen. But when you have in front of it, you must add additional N to it. So it's going to be Zen. Above 20, maybe you want to say 22nd, it's going to be 22. But when you bring you add additional N to it, so it's going to be 20. So that's what they are trying to show you here. When you use after the ordinal tax, the TE changes to TN, and the XTE changes to XTN. So we have each being 12 Mai. You want to say 12 May 1995. 1995 geboren. And that's going to imply that I was born on the 12th of May 1995. And we have 3rd July 1980. So it's been written. You realize that when this is not there, like here is just going to be written. And because of this they added N to it. So it's going to be written Juli 1980 is 1980 geboren. So some of the basic mistakes that some of you will do is you are going to say ich bin dry Juli geboren without not adding the T to it for it to be ordinal. The correct answer is going to be ich bin written Juli geboren. And some of you will also take the time to the last end, which is going to be ich bin geboren am 1. Januar, which is going to be ich bin am 1. Januar geboren. That means that I was born on the 1st of January. So that's how to talk about dates. Last time I just introduced the days and the months, and now I've added the year. So you should be able to say complete dates in German. In case you have any question, you can please ask before I progress.
So,
Sir, please, for the ich bin, you said when there's you have to add TEN, and where, so that is the reason why this is, so why is that the T is double here? But we could have done it maybe DRIT 1T, because we've added TEN. So where from the other T?
So Ted, right? When you check the dates, how will you say Ted in German?
Dry.
Ted is not dry.
Hey,
right.
my bad.
Ted is straight.
Pretty.
This one is Ted. So I just added additional N to it.
I understand, but I was asking why is it double T? Because it should be third should be DRIEI. So if you are saying wherever we see AM, we have to add TE, and why is it double T? And that is my question, please.
So you know that mostly with words with E in them,
Yeah.
when there is anything with conjugation, it changes to I mostly, right?
Yeah.
But why they made here double T, that one I don't have explanation for that.
Oh,
So
okay. That's but so when you are writing, you don't do it double T. Is it wrong?
yeah, it's wrong.
Okay. Thank you.
German is straight there. That is third. There's no need to try to understand why that place is double T.
Okay,
It's
so it's their
just
formality. Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Okay. So let's also assume that you are in Germany, right? And you are working in a shop. You have these products, das Buch, the Apfel, the Kaffee, the Banane, the Zeitung, and the Tasse. And so you enter a shop, right? And you want to ask for the price of banana. You want to ask for the price of a banana. How will you ask that in German? The price of a banana.
Wie viel kostet die Banane?
The fill costed the banana. Correct.
I-
Now you want to say that it costs 20 euros. How will you say that in German?
Sie kostet 20 Euro.
So why did you use C costed?
Die banana is feminine. So you're supposed to use the gender pronoun instead of just the neutral pronoun. So if it's feminine, you have to use feminine. If it's masculine, you have to use masculine. If it's neutral, you have to use the neutral. The neutral.
Yes. So when the word is neuter, we are going to use X. So the fill costed das Buch is going to be S costed Zen Euro. And the Apfel is the fill costed the Apfel, since this one is masculine, is going to be L costed 5 Euro. And the banana is the fill costed the banana, since banana is feminine, then it's going to be Z costed einen Euro. What's the difference between costed and kosten?
One is singular, one is plural.
Which one is singular and which one is plural?
Kostet is used
Kostet
for plural nouns,
Kostet
and kostet is for singular nouns, and kosten is for plural.
Yes, so costed for one and kosten for plural. So when you are talking about one item, then it's costed. So use when talking about one item. An example is if you costed is Zeitung, since here is feminine, it's going to be Sie kostet 2 Euro 50. And costing used when talking about multiple items. So before costing the Bücher, is going to be Sie kosten 20 Euro. In case you have any question, you can please ask before we go to the last part for today. So yesterday I did a mistake and we jumped to 3.6, right? Which we did the rules for the modal verb. So this chapter, this one, today, I want to be sure that you all can form basic sentence in German. And I keep telling you guys that, like, if you are done with the class, these are the basic things that you are going to apply. So before you jump or we complete this chapter, please try and understand how to form basic phrase in German. I'm not saying try and get everything correct, but get the logic, right? That if you see phrases and easily put words together. So I have this activity here. Kochen, Freunde treffen, Hausaufgaben machen, Fernsehen, lesen, im Park spazieren gehen, zur Schule gehen, arbeiten, Sport treiben, and einkaufen gehen. And this is the rule for forming basic statements in German. That is subject plus verb plus time plus other elements. Or you can start with the time plus verb plus subject plus other elements. So why is it important for you to use both structures in your writing? If you are writing, why is it important for you to use the rule 1 and the rule 2 in your writing? So using these two rules, let me do an example. Let's take it like I say, ich heiße Felix, ich komme aus Ghana. Ich trinke am Montag Kaffee and ich kaufe am Freitag Reis. So here is red, here is blue. The red means that there is spelling mistake here because I'm using B, right? So I'm just supposed to change it to sharp X. But this blue is not wrong. But they're only telling me that I'm trying to use one word to start all my phrases. Here is each, here is each, here is each, and here too is each. So when you're always going to use the rule 1 and you are just a student, probability of you always starting your phrase with each is very high. So when you have time in it, then we can sometimes use the rule 2 to also rearrange this one. So let me copy it and let me just switch here to time. So let me bring am Montag trinke ich Kaffee. And let me change here to am Freitag kaufe ich Reis. Then let me clear this one. You realize that now they are telling me that what's splendid. They are telling me that splendid, no errors were found. So the same phrase, just that here I started with the time, I applied the second rule here, right? And here too, I started with time, so here is not each, here too is not each, and they are saying that what my work is well organized. So you can use these two phrases with one another when you are writing, and that will help prevent the situation of where you are just repeating one word all the time. So that's what we are going to practice. So this is the instruction. So use either sentence structure 1 or 2. Arrange the sentences based on the chosen rule. So when you pick a statement and you pick rule 1, use that to arrange it. If you pick rule 2, use that to arrange it. And use only the given activities and add the pronoun and they. The keyword is only the given activities and add the pronoun and the they. So these are the activities here. You are going to tell me what you do from Monday to Sunday, but I'm not interested in what you are doing. But my goal is that I want to be sure that you can put words together. So please, I want those who are ready to do that, right? I don't want the situation where you go and write something that I don't have here. Then it means that you are not following the basic instruction for the class. So kindly use just these activities. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you are just telling me Monday to Sunday, that is 7. So randomly pick 7 words from these activities. And we have Freunde and Treffen. So if the statement rule is subject plus verb plus time plus other things, please analyze it very well, right? We have Freunde and Treffen, and this is the rule. What do you think is missing? These two here. What or is going to replace what here? What is missing here? Do we have the subject? Do we have the verb? Do we have the time? Or we only have the verb and the subject? And or what do we have here that is missing here? Maybe like is the pronoun missing, or is the time missing, or is the verb missing? What is missing here using this phrase?
Subject.
And then the time.
Subject and the time. So these are the only 2 things that we are going to add. If you think this way, you'll be able to formulate your statements. And the time, I have it here for you. So let me ask you guys again. When you are talking about time, which preposition are you going to use?
Yeah, you
You are going to use plus time. Talking about intervals, you are going to use what?
von and then be
On and bis. And talking about this, we are going anytime that we are talking about this, we are going to use am. So am simply implies that on. So all you have to do is to pick your subject. The subject can be a pronoun, or it can be human being. That one, I don't have problem with it. So when you check Finder and Treffen, Where is the verb? Where is the noun?
Treffen is the verb. The finder is the noun. So finder good.
Treffen is the verb, finder is the noun. So you want to say that I meet friends at 7 p.m. They say subject, so you say each. They say verb, you have the verb treffen, you conjugate it well. And they say time, you have the time here. So writing time goes with sieben Uhr, and other things is going to be Freunde. So it's going to be, you put your Freunde here. So each treffer 7 Uhr Freunde, and it's going to match this rule here. So that's what you are going to use that's what you use to arrange these ones here. And I will check it tomorrow before we progress to what we are going to do. So I'm going to paste it on the class notes page. So you all can go there, take your time and do it. I will close, right? I'll end the class. But tomorrow when I come, I will check what you guys did and we will go through together. So please, I don't want to see any foreign word there. The reason why I'm quite straight with these things is that, like, if you don't have it, you make my work difficult. For example, like if you're done with the class and you start writing your letters and you don't know how to put basic phrases together, you just make my work difficult and I won't know how to help you out. But in case you know how to put your words together and you do mistake, I can just tell you that apply the statement rule or apply the modal verb and you are okay to go. So that's going to be the assignment for today. It's group work. So you can also check what like other students did, right? And when I come tomorrow, we will check it together before I'll begin the class. At least I hope that's clear.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so I'll be waiting. It's now 6:50. You can use like 10 minutes to complete it, right? And tomorrow when I come, we check it before we start what we do tomorrow. So we are going to do 4.7 tomorrow. And these chapters, we are almost through with the class. So you also try and stay consistent as much as you can, right? I'm going to show you how your speaking exams is going to look like. The 4.7, how the exams is going to look like, the speaking. And when I jam this one, I'm not going back to that part again. So it means that if you should miss this one, then how your exams is going to look like, you are going to miss that one out. So even if you should miss class, please make sure that you follow the recorded lecture and everything is going to be fine. So